If you're watching this video, you've probably heard the news about Jadon Sancho. Well, there's been a bid for Jadon Sancho by Manchester United. Now, obviously, Manchester United are supposedly in the lead to get Jadon Sancho. Liverpool are also interested, reportedly. But I think Manchester United have been interested in him since last summer. So I think it's safe to assume that Manchester United probably have made a bid for Jadon Sancho. And then that is why he was completely left out of England's first Euro 2020 game. So, how do we feel about this? I'm just going to express my thoughts. Obviously, you can leave yours in the comments in terms of the signing of Jadon Sancho by Manchester United. Is it a good signing? Is it what we need at this very time? Is he a good fit for us? Now, look, I think it's to answer questions 1 and 3 that I've just posed there. I actually think it is a good signing. It's reported to be about around 80 million. Now, this is the part that worries me. Now, Jadon Sancho, I don't want this to come off as any slight on him. He's a very creative right winger, capable of coming inside and going outside. He's got a bit of pace, a bit of skill. He's a relatively good passer of the ball, links the play well. He'd be a great addition to the squad, and I think he'd link up well with players such as Anthony Martial, Marcus Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, Donny van de Beek, Edinson Cavani. All of those players I could see Sancho linking up very well with. My main concern really about this signing, I've got no concerns about Sancho as a player. It's the fact that, is it what we need right now? Because for me, I think the first issue that clearly needs addressing is the centre-back issue. Like we're sitting there with Harry Maguire and Lindelof, or Eric Bailly, who comes in for a few games, gets injured, and then Ollie never plays him again. That's what seems to be the theme with him. But, Europa League final having shit centre-backs let us down. I mean, people seem to be sort of blaming the fact that Maguire was dropped, but those sort of things have been happening all season. Those sort of free kicks just go through everyone, and that's regardless of whether Harry Maguire is playing or not. So we need a centre-back that is fast and quick to play alongside Harry Maguire. And this is the thing. We need that first and foremost, and I'll probably say the next most important thing is you need a really good holding midfielder, because you've got Pogba, Van de Beek and Bruno Fernandes, and a lot of this season we have only played Bruno Fernandes out of those 3. Now you've got 3 creative midfielders like that. You need to be playing at least 2 of them, realistically, because otherwise you're wasting the talent that you've got. And the reason why we haven't been playing them is because Ollie's been playing McFred in the centre of midfield. And that just doesn't allow you to dictate a game. You need a Pogba or a Van de Beek in that double pivot if you're going to play a double pivot. And then alongside that, you need a central defensive midfielder that is going to do the vast majority of the defensive work. Someone like in the mould of an Ndidi or someone like that. That would be the sort of signing that Manchester United need, as well as a centre-back. So those 2 areas are vastly more important than signing Jadon Sancho. As good of a player as Jadon Sancho is, signing a centre-back and signing a central defensive midfielder, these are the bigger problems. Now, will Jadon Sancho get us a few more points? Yes. He'll add goals and assists to the team. Is he going to allow us to win the Premier League? Probably not. Everyone else is going to be stronger, and everyone else seems to prioritise the correct areas. Like Chelsea know they need to strengthen their defence. They know they probably need a goal scorer. Manchester United are still talking about getting Jadon Sancho and then a fucking striker. We've got strikers. We've got people that can score goals. These aren't the problems. These are not the problems. We need a centre-back. This is all about the way that Manchester United spend money. We want one marquee signing per summer. If we spend that 80 million on Jadon Sancho, you can bet your bottom dollar there'll probably only be maybe one other signing that will cost us about 40 or 50 million. Rather than doing what a side like Manchester City do, who say, okay, we've got 200 million as our summer budget, and we're going to sign 30 million players that all fit into our philosophy of how we want to play. Whereas Manchester United, Ollie will say to the board, this is who I want a centre back, I want a centre defensive midfielder, Jadon Sancho wouldn't hurt. And the board will be like, oh, Jadon Sancho, merchandise sales, Jadon Sancho, number 7. Jadon Sancho. He won't be number 7, but you know what I mean. They prioritise the money over what we need, and we probably will finish top 4 next season. We probably will. We've got a good enough squad to do it. We've got enough goals in the team. My worry is the long-term goal. In order to win things, we need a good centre-back. We need a fast centre-back, most importantly, someone like a Koundé, and then we need an Ndidi type player. Those are the two players that we need before we even think about Jadon Sancho. And I wouldn't care. I would be quite happy. And again, no disrespect to Jadon Sancho, I would be quite happy not getting him this summer, but getting a centre-back who's fast, and then getting a centre defensive midfielder that can allow Pogba or Van der Beek to play with freedom and play just behind Bruno Fernandes. And then that way, our attack would be freed up to do what it wants, and then we would be able to play the high line that Ollie wants to play. So that's just my 2 cents. I'm sure everyone's got different opinions about this. Again, I don't disagree that he'll improve our side. I just don't think it's the most important signing that we can make, and it's probably going to take the majority of our summer budget. Let me know what you think, guys. If you like sort of the content that I produce, then please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and obviously leave your opinion in the comments. Thank you.